Good morning, guys. Welcome back or to the channel. In today's video, we're actually going to do something a little bit different, something I hadn't done on this channel yet, and we're going to be doing some powder coating. So, I think tomorrow, a buddy of mine's supposed to bring some stuff over here, drop it off. We're going to take it to sandblasting, get it sandblasted. I'm going to order the powder, because I want to look at everything and see how much powder I think I need, and we'll go ahead and get started on these. So anyway, I guess I'll catch y'all probably tomorrow. We'll get these, take them to sandblast, and well, see if we can get some red powder coat on them. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show this, but we just got some zone radius arms and springs in, so we're gonna get these unboxed right here. We're gonna go ahead, get these loaded up in the truck and take them to sandblast. I wanted to get them out of the boxes because, you know, a lot of times there'll be stuff like this in these boxes and, you know, that kind of thing. So like I said, we're gonna get these unboxed and go ahead, get them over to sandblast, and I'll go ahead and get the powder ordered for them tonight. All right, so we got everything loaded up here in the truck. So we're gonna head to Cinco. Who's been doing all of our powder coat blasting for us. So they're super reasonable, and you know, with our sandblast setup and air compressor, it probably would take forever to get to those, or not even to get to them, to get them done. So I mean, Cinco over there, they have a bit of a lead time on everything, but we found out on a table that we did, I'll throw a picture up here on the screen of it. So with that table, on it, we spent over a week sandblasting on that table, you know, like day to day, and then that was over a 2-week span of time because of weather and such stuff as that. Because bigger stuff we have to sandblast outside because we don't have a blast room or a cabinet big enough to do real big stuff. So I figure stuff like this, you know, they'd probably charge anywhere from 60 to 100 bucks. But when we did that table, I spent like 200 bucks on media, and we ran through half of it just from loss of blasting outside. So anyway, like I said, that's kind of my reasoning for just taking stuff over there, drop it off, let them have fun with it and get it done, and when it's done, we'll go pick it up. Okay, so it is now a little over a week later. Last time I filmed was on a Friday. It's now Monday, so a week and then, you know, 1 business day. I just called over there at Cinco because I hadn't heard anything, which is kind of odd for them. So went ahead and called them, and my guy Dave over there said, "Oh yeah," said, "I guess they wrote down the wrong phone number or something." He said, "They're actually done. They're ready for you." So I'm gonna hop in the blue truck here, and we're gonna run over there, pick those up, and come back and get started on powder coat. All right, so these are all blasted up now. A little bit of some little surface oxidation on them, so we'll take a piece of Scotch-Brite, clean that up, and whatnot. They're not bad, it's just I want to do that beforehand, that way we don't have to worry about anything. So in here we do need to do a few things. That needs to go to the burn pile. These are going in the office, because we're going to put these springs back in here. So we're definitely going to have to get something to wrap those up in. But those are going back in there. And the arms will just be hanging out. They need to go back in the office, and those need to go out of here. So, and the reason I say that is this silver powder gets everywhere, and it's super sparkly. So everything that doesn't need to be super sparkly needs to go out of here. So anyway, we're gonna move some stuff around here. We'll get these unloaded. I need to get my hooks out of the office. We'll probably take them out and hang them on the scaffold. And like I said, go ahead, get them out. And we'll get them wiped down with Scotch-Brite. And then put them in the oven for off gas. Pull them back out. We're gonna do the springs in a batch and then the arms in a batch. That way we don't overcrowd anything. I think that'll be the best thing to do anyway. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started here and see if we can get these done today. Okay, so we went ahead and bent some fresh new hooks for these, and we got all these hung up. So I should have plenty of room to get, you know, between them and everything. So we're still gonna run a Scotch-Brite over all of them. Then we're going to blow them off and throw them in the oven. Let them outgas for just a little bit. I know a lot of people say you don't have to outgas steel. I just like to do it. It's kind of like cheap insurance, if you will. So right now I'm trying to get a different air blower. That one works good. It's just a little odd to deal with. And I'm going to pick up some Scotch-Brite down there. And we'll get these wiped off of that. That'll take anything that's loose off of them. Any media, you know, anything like that. And then we'll go ahead, get these in there, get them off gassing. Another thing that kind of makes it a little nice is it puts a little bit of heat into the metal. I think it kind of helps electricity flow a little better. If that makes any sense at all. Let me do this way it's not rolling around, but I feel like it probably helps just a little bit. So we'll go ahead and outgas them, pull them out, let them cool down a bit. But I mean, as thick as these coils are, it's going to take a little while to get them to temp anyway. So we'll throw them in there while we're setting everything up, and then pull them out, let them cool a bit. And we'll go ahead and start doing our silver base. Pull or put them back in the oven, partial cure, pull them back out. I might do one coat of red, or I might do 2 light coats. We'll have to see how everything lays when we get there. Okay, so I'm standing here in the office with the door shut. We are going to have to go get a 9-volt battery for our multimeter that we use for temperature. So we're gonna have, or he's going to go grab one real quick. Now I know y'all are used to time lapses with the laser, but unfortunately with all the dust and everything like that associated with powder coating, we're not going to be doing a time lapse. Now I do typically film for like Instagram reels, TikTok, that kind of thing. That's what I've been doing for a while now. So I'll film for that on the first part or two, or the first spring or two, and then on the first arm over there I'll do the same thing, and I'll put that on the screen. Just know there's not going to be any audio, just like the time lapses. My editing software won't let me do that anymore. I don't know why, but there will be no audio, at least until I find a new editing software that I can use on my phone. And it will be in a little different format. It'll be in this format instead of regular. So anyway, they're in the oven, off gassing now. I'll actually run out here and show y'all. Just know it will be a little noisy. So we got the fan going because it is hot in here, and we just fired this up a minute ago. These are in here outgassing. I'll come out here in a little bit and I'll temp them, but let's get back here in the office real quick and I will continue. Okay, so sorry if I look like a mess. It's hot out there. It is, let's see what time it is. I think it's like 10 o'clock or something like that. But let's see, we'll pull it up on here. 10:30 on this Monday morning. And about an hour ago, when I looked on my phone, it was 80 degrees with 80% humidity. Joys of living in Arkansas. But anyway, I'm gonna let those outgas for a bit. And what you do with outgas, you put them in the oven, you bring them up to temp, and that essentially cooks out any impurities in the metal. You really want to do it more with like cast parts, you know, stuff like cast aluminum wheels or forged aluminum wheels, pretty much any aluminum. But like I was saying, it's kind of like cheap insurance. Let them run, get them up to temp. Make sure there's going to not be anything leach out into the powder, causing fish eyes or anything like that. So, like I said, I'm going to let those run. It's going to take them a while to get the temp. I have an IR thermometer over there, temp gun. So, I'll shoot them here in a bit. We'll see what they look like and let them go. But anyway, we're going to let those go for probably, honestly, probably an hour or so. We'll see how they heat up and everything. You don't want to let them go too long, because then at one point you're just wasting propane in our instance. But like with having that door open, my desk here is wet from moisture in the air. But we'll shoot them, see what kind of temp we got here in 20 minutes or so. And then when they get close to temp, we'll pull them out and start setting up the RC1. The RC1's over here in a box. That's what I'm looking at over there. But we'll get it set up, get it out there, get it loaded up with our heavy silver. We're using heavy silver from Prismatic as a base, and then Lollypop red over top. It should be pretty close to this. I mean, this is vinyl, but should be pretty close to this red chrome. Sort of. It will have a silver base, so it'll be nice and metallic. It should look beautiful when it's all said and done. So anyway, I'm gonna go in here in the kitchen, do a few things. I need to fill up some water jugs and whatnot, and then like I said, here in about 20 minutes or so, I'll run out there, I'll temp those, see what they're looking like, and then when they get up to 400, we'll let them roll for, you know, 4 or 5 minutes or so. We did put them in a cold oven, so, you know, that oven's pretty quick, really. So we'll let them roll, see what they're looking like, and like I said, after 400, we'll give them a few minutes, and then we'll pull them out, let them cool, and we might not cool them all the way down. We'll let them cool just a little bit, really probably under 200, preferably under 150. And we'll go ahead, blow them off with just a regular air blower. We'll blow them off with that. That should bring the temp down a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and do our silver after the RC1's all set up and loaded up and everything. So anyway, I'm gonna get at it, and we're gonna try to get these done today. Everything done today, not just the springs and arms, but it depends on how hot it gets. Because working at a 400 degree oven, if it's, you know, 100 degrees in there, is not pleasant. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get after it and see what all we can get done today. Okay, so just pulled the silver out of the oven. Nice partial cure, everything looks great. We've already changed everything over to our Lollypop red. So we're gonna let these cool, same as those. Let them cool a bit, and we'll go ahead and start on our red. Okay, so if there's stuff all over the camera lens, I apologize. Like I said, that silver gets everywhere. Now we just did our second coat of red. I didn't film it because we was trying to get it going. These, I think what we're gonna probably do is wait until it gets dark and then do these. It's kind of what we're thinking. We'll see though. I mean, it's freaking hot in here. And when we're spraying this, we need to shut this door or else wind blows the powder off the parts or away from the parts. So, like I said, we just did our second coat of red. Here in a minute or so, we're going to pull it out, look at it, and see how everything looks. But you can see that I got silver all over me. It's all over the phone. It's all over everything. But like I said, we'll pull that out here in just a second, take a look at them, and if there's any issues, we can go ahead and fix them now before they're fully cured. Okay, so we got the springs done. It's actually later in the day. I think we talked about that. Wanted to wait till a little later in the day to do these. For one, give those a chance to cool without messing with them too much. And two, let it cool off in here some as well. So it is now about 7 o'clock. And we're gonna work on getting these hung up. They do have some dust and stuff on them. We'll blow that off. Get these hung up on the oven rack. Get them in the oven for outgas. Then we'll pull them out. Same thing, under 150 or around 150. And we'll go ahead, start spraying them with our silver. And then again, 2 light coats of Lollypop red. I will say the springs turned out killer. But stay tuned toward the end of the video. We'll look at those when these are finished as well. But they look freaking killer. Super, super, super happy with those. But anyway, I think we're gonna make some more new hooks for these. We're gonna do double hooks. That way we can get them to where they don't like teeter on the rack. So anyway, we're gonna get to these. We'll try to get these done, and we'll try to have everything finished up tonight and ready to go to get installed. All right, so while I was loading up silver, my grandpa come over here, got these taped up. Now my buddy Logan, who brought me these, I was asking him if the bushings covered this, and the reason it looks the way it does, we didn't want any tape over here where it doesn't need to be. So anyway, we're gonna get started on these. I think these are gonna be quite fun. But anyway, they're down about 100 degrees. So we're gonna do our silver, same thing, silver, bake them, partial, and pull them back out, 2 light coats of Lollypop red. And then these plugs we will pull in between coats. The plugs won't go in the oven. And we should be good to go. Okay, so we got these, the second coat of red on, as you can probably tell, being as I'm red and silver sparkle, but we got the second coat of red on. They do look good, a little bit of texture, but typically happens on really flat stuff like these. So they're up to 375. The red, I think I said 485 a while ago. for 15. It's actually $3.75 for 10. So we got them up to about 380. Turn the oven down a little bit, shut the door, set the timer. So here in probably about 8 minutes, what I'll probably go ahead and do, cut the oven off, or cut the bottle off, and just let them cool in the oven. That way none of these bugs that are floating around in the air land in them. We'll probably open the door, let some air in there, but we're not going to pull them out here in the floor quite yet. We'll let them cool just a little bit. The plugs, we did pull the plugs before they went in the oven all 3 times, and then put them back before we sprayed. So our earth ground over here is doing great. Super happy with it. The only weird thing, I think our pressure regulator on the RC1's messing up. Seemed like it would have a lot of powder, and then it would kind of slow down, and then a lot of powder, and then it would kind of slow down. And it seemed like if you stopped and then started again, it would start off normal, have a lot of powder, and then it would come back to normal. So the pressure regulator might be going out on it. But anyway, I guess we're gonna try to move some stuff around in here and whatnot, and go ahead and watch the timer on these. And generally about a minute or so before the timer's up, I'll cut the bottle off, and then once the timer goes off, I'll open the door and start letting them cool inside the oven. Okay, so I didn't do any more filming last night. By the time I took a shower to try to get most of the sparkles out of my skin, it was almost 1 a.m. So, yeah, the arms out there, which is what my grandpa's working on cleaning the tape off of right now, they did some funny stuff. So I will show y'all that, because I mean I'm not hiding anything. But a buddy of mine who's installing this lift was saying their customer, he doesn't really care about the issues on them. He just wants something that kind of looks pretty. It's not a show truck. He said they'll probably be scratched up and muddy by the end of the week. So he said the guy really didn't care. He just wanted something to kind of look pretty for a little while before they're all scratched up and, muddy. But here we have the springs. Now the springs look freaking fantastic. Now, I mean, you can see hook mark here. There's another one there. So, hook marks on stuff is just one of those things. You're hanging apart by a hook. Stuff like that happens. You try to minimize it. And one thing I did do to kind of really minimize this is after the silver, we kind of spun them just a little bit. And then after the first coat of red, we spun them just a little bit more. Kind of minimize some of that. And make it to where it's not just a bare spot. But anyway, one thing with candies like this is edge pull. It happened on the Red Trucks lift. It's happened on some other stuff that I've done. And it did it on those arms. Like I said, we'll look at those here in a minute. My grandpa's working on getting some of the tape off that kind of stuck. So he's working on that, but I will show y'all. But, I mean, you see like the end of these coils kind of pulled the powder away from the edge. Same thing here. They're all like that. That's just it's a candy thing. And that's what happened on those arms. Now, I might have got the powder a little heavy around the windows, but the rest is all even. So I almost think something that might have happened is the silver under might have moved a little bit, or another thing that could be possible, I know this happens with candy golds, is the pigment might have moved under the powder. So like I said, we will look at those here in just a moment, but we're trying to get these, we're about to get these packaged up back in their original boxes. and we're gonna drop them off down there to my buddy Logan, and they're gonna be installing the lift for the guy. But let me get this one. These things are freaking heavy too. Let me turn on the flash on the camera. But you know, one thing I was concerned with these springs, especially on those, and these as well, because the coils are so tight together, was getting, you know, down in the coils. And I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing. Y'all can look for yourselves, but I'm pretty freaking happy with these. I'm like over the moon happy with these because they look amazing. So let me turn the flash on the camera, and I will show y'all what we're looking like with the extra light. Okay, so I'll start on this one. I mean, freaking beautiful. Same thing down in here. Beautiful. There's a hook mark. But like I said, these are beautiful all the way around. Like I said, they're here. Beautiful. Love it. You know, that one over there is the same way. I just can't reach it, or I'd show y'all. But I mean, down in the springs, beautiful. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. Super nice color. Again, this is Lollypop Red over Heavy Silver. Now, I will warn you, if you do Heavy Silver, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. The sparkles in my skin, they're everywhere. I've taken 4 showers since this, and they're still everywhere. But that's just part of it. I mean, like I said, these look freaking fantastic, and those in there look fantastic. But those in there look fantastic as well. It's just around the windows, like it edge pulled around the windows and then sagged. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get some pictures of these. We're gonna get them wrapped up in saran wrap. That way they don't get scratched up in the boxes, and then we'll carry these to Logan. They're gonna get these installed on the customer's truck, and well, I sent the guy some pictures, or I sent Logan some pictures, and then his nephew has me on Snapchat, and I sent him some pictures as well, and they seem really happy with them. So anyway, like I said, I am going to get some pictures of these before they go, and here in just a moment, I'll show y'all what those arms look like. Okay, so, and like I said, I mean, I'm not messed up about showing y'all this stuff, because I don't claim to be perfect, nor will I ever claim to be perfect. But I mean, these look freaking amazing. You know, got all in here, you know, all that stuff. But like I said, around these windows, it edge pulled, and yes, I try to get in the windows as well as much as I could. But around the edges, I mean, you can see around this edge, it's a little dark. It's edge pull is what I'm going to call it. But like I said, it's all around the edges. Around the edges of the windows, and then look like a sag. Same here, all around the window, and then dark spot. And they're all like that. But it's just around. It's not as noticeable today than it was when they were hot. But I mean, like I said, it's not like super textured. I mean, like feeling it with your fingers, it's pretty smooth. And there's a little bump, but not what you would think it would be from looking at it. Looking at it, you would think, you know, like if you were wet painting something, you would think, oh man, that's a run. But it's weird, it's just doing it in around the edges. You know, like here, that's perfect, right? Here, perfect. here is perfect, except for around edges, like, you know, these hard edges. Here, you know, so on and so forth. That one's the exact same way. The other side of this one's the same way. I mean, they're all exactly the same. So, you know, like I said, that's one of them things I gotta figure out. I know I did some looking last night, laying in bed, scrolling through Facebook, and this seems to be like a really common thing, especially with candies, and then really especially with candy reds. So, you know, I do have more of this powder in the house, so we'll do some more playing with this. This is not the end of this. I'm going to try my best to figure out what is the deal here. But like I said, I mean, they look great. Again, I did try to get in the windows as much as I could. Down here, try to get all up in there. Well, as you can see, it's nice and shiny all the way, kind of all the way through. So, you know, like I said, it's just one of them things. But, and again, it seems to be one of those like really common things. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But we're gonna get these wrapped up, get them to Logan. He's gonna get them installed on the customer's truck this week. So, anyway, guys, I think that's gonna be a wrap for this one. So with that being said, if y'all enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.